Yes, David, what's happening, brother? You good?
I'm very good. I'm always good when I speak to you, you know.
Sweet, bro. Really appreciate you coming back on, mate.
Yeah, no problem. As soon as I knew that the fight was on, you were one of the first people I messaged about it. So that's what I meant.
I wondered if we could go back to after Wembley.
Yeah.
Tell us what's been happening. Have you been keeping busy in the gym and that?
Obviously, I had a couple of weeks off, and then when Andrew, when BKFC Newcastle was announced that they were doing the show there, I messaged Andrew and said, I'll get ready for it. Even if you don't need me, I can be ready for a pull-out. So, yeah, I've kept busy. I'm always fit. I don't need much time to get fight fit. So I'm always ready for a fight in a couple of days. But the last couple of weeks, I have started back in training.
Yeah, so when BKFC on the 26th, when did the offer come about to fight on the show?
So I think it was, I'd say 3 or 4 weeks ago that Andrew messaged me. He messaged me saying that the fight was, it was at 93. And I said, well, look, 93 is I'm not walking around at that weight anymore. When I was walking around that weight, I was playing rugby and I was lifting weights. And I say now I'm walking around about 86, 87 at the most on a good day, I'm 87. And I said, look, it's too heavy for me, but if you want it, I'll take it. But I want a bigger purse for it. And obviously, with it being the first BKFC UK show, he said no and went with someone else. Then it came back that I think that the weight was told to me wrong. And it was actually 84 kilo. I'll take it on the purse that you said at first.
Yeah, who was the fight with at 84k?
So I first got offered Danny Christie, which would have been absolutely amazing fight. I spoke to Danny after he'd beaten Brazier, and I said, look, congratulations, mate. I think that was a hell of a fight. You put the thing. I think we can probably do it in the future. Which I think he's really when Andrew said that, the first message I had from Andrew was, do you want to fight Danny Christie? And it was like, yeah, why wouldn't I want to fight Danny Christie? You know, he's just beaten Brazier. I've got my history of Brazier, and it would be a great fight, but it didn't come off. And then they offered me Nathan Owen, which is where we are now.
Yeah, it's just for the people who don't know, David. The history between you and Terry Brazier. Can you talk about that?
I love Terry. I think he's brilliant. We speak a lot on WhatsApp most weeks. So I fought Terry in 2017 on UCMA K1 Super 84 kilo title, whatever it was. Absolutely smashed the guy, destroyed him with leg kicks. And obviously with him being from London and the show being London, you know what judges are like, they gave it to him, which the winner of me and Terry was meant to fight Terry Brazier to defend the title against, and was meant to fight Jermaine Facey, and you know what Jermaine Facey, like, he's a hell of a guy, and I stormed out the ring after the result because I was pissed off because I thought I did 3 rounds, 3 rounds nothing. Jermaine came in, took. And they said, Jermaine, you're going to be fighting Terry for the super title. And Jermaine said, no, you didn't fucking win that fight, Terry. David, and with that, they cut the mic, So even Jermaine, and everyone knew I beat Terry that night. But apart from that, me and Terry had a drink in the hotel afterwards, and he even knew himself that he didn't win it, and it was given to him because of the judges. That's I love Terry. I do. I get along really well. We speak a lot, but that's my history of Terry.
Yeah, so that'd be actually a good fight for the future, that wouldn't it? With a bit of beef in the background, bit of history. I wouldn't say it's beef because we're on good terms, but you know what I mean. Yeah,
it's a fight I'd love to do, especially if BKFC are back in London in February. It's a fight I'd love to do. Obviously, I'm going to beat Nathan in November, and I think Danny Christie's going to beat his guy, which I think should be the fight to make for British fans, because Danny's will be then 2-0 in BKFC. I'll be 2 wins in BKFC. I think it'd be the ideal fight to make for if the BKFC can do UK titles, and I think that's the perfect fight to make for us.
Yeah, it'd be a good fight, mate. It really would. There's loads of good fighters in your weight, isn't there, in the BKFC?
I think our weight is such it's such a melting pot for fighters because we're at that weight where we can go up and down. We've sort of got 3 hours with sort of 3 weights. You know, if I dieted really well, I could probably make the lower weight, and then if I didn't diet so much, I could easily be the higher weight. So that's a very, very mixed category that we're in.
Yeah, so is your plans to stay at 84 kg?
Yes, it is. With me, like I said, with me not playing rugby, I'm not walking around at 90 odd kilo anymore. So you go up to cruiserweight and you're fighting guys 90, 92, which are cutting from 98 down. At least with this, you know, if I'm fighting at 82 and I'm walking around 85, 86, at least the guys, you know, they're going to be nearer to my size, or I'm going to be one of the bigger ones in that division, but not having to cut as much.
Yeah, so you can make 84 kg easy.
Yeah, like I said, I think I could if I dieted, if I had long enough time between the fight or knowing the fight's come up, I think I can make 78 with a good diet. I think I'd make 78, but yeah, 82 to 84 is a really comfortable weight for me.
Yeah, that's the best way, and it being in a way that you're comfortable in. So you don't
I can eat tidy all the way up through the camp. I'm not cutting stuff out so much, and I'm not, you know, the last week I'm not thinking, oh god, I can't have that. You know, I can eat near enough up to the night before the weigh-in, and a few times I've had weighing at 84. I've had breakfast the morning of the weigh-in because I'm not, you know, I'm not fucking huge anymore. I'm not cutting loads of water. It's tidy for me. Yeah,
I get you. What do you know about your opponent that's confirmed, Nathan Owens?
The only thing I know, he's an ex-pro boxer. He's fought prize fighter, so he's going to have his boxing skills. I know, well, from what I've sort of had a little look at, he hasn't fought for 9 years. He's going to be, which I can imagine, ring rusty, and he's only ever fought with you know 10 ounce gloves on. So he's not gonna like getting hit with a bare knuckle.
Yeah, and also there's the clinch in the BKFC as well, which is a big up for the MMA fighters, isn't it? Like, I'd say.
Yeah, I also I fought twice before BKFC in London, and I didn't use it because every time I tend to clinch, I like to throw a knee with my K1 and my MMA background. But in Wembley against Ash, it was lovely to hold an uppercut. Is I think it's brilliant. And yeah, it's something he's not going to. You know, most when boxers clinch, usually they clinch for the break because they need a rest. They're not. They get anything and think, "Oh fuck, I'll clinch and I can get a thing." But when you clinch, you know, you're still working the clinch. But I think it's a brilliant thing at BKFC you've got going with them.
Yeah, there's with boxing as well. There's like old habits, isn't there? So even though they know the clinch is allowed, hitting in the clinch, they'll just go to bad habits, grabbing in the clinch to get a rest anyway.
Yeah, it's just that you know, boxing. You know, you talk if you're getting lit up, you know, clinch and hold them, and the referee will pull you apart. But with this, it's not. It's a working clinch unless it's a very stale one. The ref won't break you apart.
Yeah, coming from an MMA background, I had Dan Vinny on the podcast not long ago.
Yeah.
And he thinks that backhanding and that, like, remember when Terry Brazier was backhanding?
Yeah, with Chris, yeah.
Do you think that and like Superman punches and that should be allowed?
I don't. Backhand, yeah, I don't see why it can't be because you know you're still throwing a punch forward. It's not like a spinning back fist. It's not. And you know, you're just throwing a punch and coming back on it. So, yeah, I think the backhand should be allowed. The spinning back fist, maybe not, because it's more of a kickboxing or K1 thing. But yeah, I think the backhand should be allowed. Superman punch, maybe not, because you're with the Superman punch.
More into like an MMA in it type of thing.
Yeah. With the Superman punch, you're faking a kick, which isn't a thing in being like a fighting. You know, you just use your hand. So maybe not the Superman, but yeah, I think the little short cheeky backhand which Terry was doing should be allowed.
Yeah, I've seen like Louis Palomino on that dual punch where they spin around and then throw straight. Have you seen that one?
Yeah,
I
used to train up in when I was up in New Play, and one of the boxers used to train with Tony Borg, and he showed me a thing where you sort of look like you're going to spin. And he was a boxer, and he said, you look like you're going to spin, you're going to turn your back, but you come back with the right hand because it'll throw, especially a boxer, if boxers aren't used to anyone spinning. So if you start showing your back and then come back with right hand, it does put them off. And I don't think the spinning back fist should be there, but I do think that, the backhand is it's a cheeky shot rather than a power shot.
Yeah. I bet Tony Boggs a bit of a legend down your ends, is he?
Tony's a lot for Tony's Newport, so he's under on miles for me. But Padwick with him when I went there with Tim Newman and Wayne Aranovich, he's got. You can see why he's got the type of fight he has with Lee Selby and the world champions, because he's very, very good at what he does. And for him to be from Wales, even better.
Yeah, he's class. He's a legend.
Yeah.
What other fight are you looking forward to on the night?
Mick Terrell. I like Mick. After seeing him at Wembley, I didn't really know much of Mick, and then I've sort of watched a few of his fights since then. Fish Gold. Chris Fishgold is fighting, and I like Chris. I think he's fucking brilliant. I think that'll be a hell of a tear up. A lot of the fights on there, it's a good card. Andrew's done really well with it.
Yeah, how do you feel to be part of another BKFC stack card?
It's what I want to do. It's where I want to be for. I've got 10 more fights in me. That's 100 fights, and I want to do the 10 on BKFC. When it first came out, Andrew wasn't sure if I was going to be on it because it was I'm a lot further away from Newcastle, so ticket sales aren't going to be great for me. But he knows how I fight, so which is why I think he's got me on.
Yeah.
I'll happily finish my career on BKFC.
Always entertaining fighter, and because you do a bit of short voting and that as well, don't you? While you're in there.
Ever knows if they've got me on the show, they know they're going to get a fight. They're going to get what the fans are coming to watch. They're paying to watch a fight, and if I'm on the card, they're going to see a fight.
Yes. So not so much of a call out, but if there's one person, one UK lad who you really, really, really want to fight, who is it?
It's got to be Danny Christie. It's got to be. I'll beat Nathan. He'll run through his opponent, and me and Danny have got to get it on next. If that fight doesn't come off and he gets the shout to America, it's got to be Terry Brazier. If Terry is too much of a bitch and won't fucking do it because it's not his judges, then Danny Vinny. I've spoke to Danny Vinny about me and Danny fighting, and that'd be a great fight as well. But those are the 3 fights I'd like next.
It's exciting times, isn't it, in the bare knuckle world right now?
The bare knuckle world right now is how MMA was about 10, 12 years ago, where you've got actual, real, proper fucking fighters fighting thing. As Chris Lytle said to me in the hotel after the fight, we are now at the peak of bare knuckle fighting. You've got now the best fighters actually there. You haven't got Joe Bloggs down the street who'll fight for 200 quid. You've got the actual epitome of fighters that have come from different backgrounds, come from MMA, come from pro boxing, now thrown into a thing. So for the next 4 years, this is going to be the massive thing of bare knuckle.
Yeah, it is. Can't wait. It's just grown and grown and grown. Bigger names are coming in.
Yeah, it's you'll have so many more names come from MMA, but Bellator and UFC. They'll all come over to the bare knuckle thing because they can finish their career here. They've still got 1 or 2 fights in them, which with bare knuckle, a lot of the fights don't go the distance. They don't go more than 1 or 2 rounds. If they do, it's very rare, and they can do 3 or 4 fights in the money and get out.
Yeah, definitely. What can we expect to see from David one more round on the 26th of November?
Everyone knows what they're going to see from me. They're going to see war. They're going to see me bite down my gum shield, go in the pocket and throw. I know Nathan's a tall boy, so I'm going to have to wait to get in, but with the body first, left up to the head, I don't think Nathan's going to get out the first round, especially with his whole career of getting hit with gloves on, and he's going to get caught for the first time with a bare knuckle. He's going to get very shocked, very, very shocked after he gets caught.
I don't think I really spoke to a fighter who seems as excited to fight as you.
How can you not be a fighter and not be excited to fight? It's what we do. It's I'd fight in a gym with nobody around, or I'd fight in front of thousands of people in Wembley Arena. I'm there to fight. I love fighting. I love entertaining as well. If there's crowd there, it's even better. You can entertain them, or if not, if there's only 10 people there watching, I would still put on the same fight I would if there was 10 people or 10,000. We're fighters. That's what we do.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Is it your plans to stay in the UK, or are you open to going to America, Thailand, places like that after the opportunity?
I've spoken to Nick Chapman, who's doing the BKFC Thailand, about going out there, which would be amazing. And if BKFC want me in America, which there's sort of words of, I'll go out there. Bromda, which Andrew Baker will even said about, which would be going out there representing the BKFCU brand. I'll go anywhere with that. Anywhere anyone wants me to go, I'll go.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Is there anything else you want to share with us before we wrap the podcast up, bro?
No, I just got a little shout out for sponsors: Carl Morris, Cajun Weldon, Mark Little Ales, Jamie Barnett, Lee Galdo, Big Supports, Golden Fleece, Victoria Filler Station, and Jeff Superfan and Howie sorting my new kit out for the next fight.
Sweet, bro. We'll definitely stay in touch, mate, like we do. And Danny Christie has just commented there as well, saying, yes, David Round, good fighter. See you at Newcastle.
Yes, Danny. Hey, nice one. Thank you for watching that.
No problem, mate. What we'll do, we'll stay in touch, and then closer on to the fight, David, we'll get on another interview and do some more stuff together. Yeah,
if you want to get one on after the weigh-ins or something, or the night before, or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be up there anyway. I think I'm staying in the hotel, same hotel as all the fighters, so I'll be able to get loads of stuff done.
Yeah, well, we're there from the Thursday, so if you're there from Thursday, we can do something the night before the weigh-ins or after the weigh-ins.
Yeah, definitely, mate. No worries, mate.
Wicked. Cheers, out.
Sweet, mate. Speak soon, bro.
Yes, man.
Ta-ra, mate.
All right.
Nice one for tuning in, people. Much appreciated. I'm going to put all David Round's social medias in the description, so make sure you head over there, give him a follow, and follow his journey in this fighting game. The bare knuckle game was what we call it. And big up Danny Christie in the comments. Another bare knuckle beast. We'll be fighting on the 26th of November at Newcastle, the Water Dome. I've had more tickets sent out. The last ones flew out, so anyone else who wants tickets, drop me a message and I can deliver them to you. Good night, God bless everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening.